How's it going, Io? In this video, we're going to talk about how Kylie Jenner has angered fans, why America has turned on Prince Harry and Meghan, and the fact that AI Seinfeld is now self-aware. First up, Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott are facing backlash after they decided to celebrate their son's first birthday with an Astroworld-themed party. It started when Kylie shared images from the special day on Instagram, which featured elaborate decorations all catered to that theme, and it was not exactly subtle. Alongside a ball pit was an array of toys, and the party's entrance was a giant inflatable model of her son Air's face, in the style of the Astroworld Festival entrance. The design also included an inflatable head with a gaping mouth, modeled after Stormy, which looked very similar to the cover of Travis's album. The giant head had rainbow-colored slides coming out of its mouth, while another design featured a walkway through its mouth for guests to enter. As soon as these party photos were released, people began accusing Kylie and Travis of being insensitive to the victims of the Astroworld tragedy. One person tweeted, "Travis Scott's kinda weird for throwing his kid an Astroworld-themed birthday party after people got trampled to death 2 years ago." Someone else tweeted, "Of course, Kylie Jenner picked the most tasteless theme for her young daughter Stormy's birthday party, a nod to Astroworld, where many people lost their lives. These people are soulless. Do you actually think they care about what they did? Clearly only for PR." To give you some background, in 2021, Travis came under fire after 10 people tragically lost their lives during the Astroworld Music Festival. There was a crowd surge and Travis continued his performance while people were literally dying. He has since said that he was unaware of what was happening and then apologized to the victims' families. In fact, the rapper has recently settled one of his Astroworld lawsuits. A lawyer for the family of 21-year-old victim Axel Acosta said that they have now reached an agreement with the rapper in a lawsuit. His death was truly horrific. The case claimed that Axel was crushed by the incited, unruly, and out-of-control crowd, and he lay dying while the music continued for almost 40 minutes. Multiple lawsuits have been filed on behalf of those injured or killed. Travis has offered to pay the funeral cost of the victims, but 5 of the families rejected the offer, calling it demeaning and inappropriate. Following the tragedy, Travis stated in an Instagram video that he was not aware how bad the situation had become during his set. He said, "Anytime I could make out anything that was going on, I just stopped the show and helped them get the help that they need. I could just never imagine the severity of the situation." As for Kylie and Travis's relationship, apparently they've called it quits again. According to Us Weekly insiders, they were supposed to spend the holidays together, but she went to Aspen to be with her family and her friends up there. Quote, "This has happened so many times before. They're known to be on and off again, but always remain friends and great co-parents. It's true that this is not even the first time they've split up, and while we don't know the reason for their breakup this time around, Travis was exposed for cheating on Kylie in the past, which is something that he still adamantly denies. Back in October, the rapper was battling cheating allegations when a model by the name of Regine Carr exposed him on her Instagram story. She shared video proof of herself on the same set as him and claimed that they were together for a long time. In a video, Regine said, "What we're not gonna do is we're not gonna lie. I pretended I didn't know you, went along with whatever effing narrative, no matter how much BS I got from it. But to say you don't know me and you've never been with me, when you've definitely been with me, when everyone's seen you with me, when I have pictures and videos of you with me, come on." She essentially said that she and Travis have been in a long-term relationship for years, and that she's been pressured to keep quiet about it all this time. She said, "You cheat on that B word every single effing night. The whole effing city sees it." In response, Travis took to his own social media and posted a statement saying, "An uninvited person was sneaking photos on what was supposed to be a closed set while I was directing a video. I don't know this person, I've never been with this person, so please stop with the continuous cyber games and the fictional storytelling." But from that point on, the damage was already done, and most people seem to believe Regine's version of events. Although Kylie and Travis might have split up for good this time, seems like they do have a bit of damage control to do after the Astroworld themed party. Next up, it looks like America has finally turned on Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. The royals were reportedly snubbed from Oprah Winfrey's 69th birthday party. It seemed to have every single Hollywood A-lister in attendance. The couple's absence from the event has been raising eyebrows, considering that they were said to be on good terms with Oprah. It's possible that Harry and Meghan had prior engagements and they were simply not able to make the party, or they were purposely avoiding the event ahead of King Charles's coronation. Now, several royal commentators have come through with their own opinion on the matter. They believe that the couple have only themselves to blame for not getting an invite. The Spectator's Cara Kennedy thinks that they might have fallen out of favor in Hollywood after the release of Harry's bombshell memoir Spare. She wrote, "It's easy to see why Oprah wouldn't want the pair at her birthday shindig after Harry's latest revelations." She referred to one of Harry's promo interviews for Spare, where he denied that he ever called his family racist, despite the fact that he told Oprah a whole different story. story. In his 2021 interview, Harry specifically said that a member of the royal family had questioned his son's skin tone, and he suggested that this question had racial undertones. And recently, during his interview with Tom Bradby, he was asked, "In the Oprah interview, you accused members of your family of racism," but in response he said, "No, I didn't. The British press said that." He then claimed that there was concern about his son's skin color, to which Tom asked, would that not be described as essentially racist? In response, Harry claimed that it was only unconscious bias and not actually racism. Cara Kennedy argued that the fact that he changed his whole story made Oprah look stupid. She said, "The interview with Oprah was not an attempt to speak truth, nor was it an attempt at reconciliation. This was Harry and Meghan's campaign to finish off the British monarchy, and they used her as a pawn." But whatever the case may be, that was not the only time that the couple were caught changing their story. 5 years ago, the Sussexes told the world that they met via a friend who set them up on a blind date. They revealed this in an interview with the BBC, which was organized for the announcement of their engagement. Harry said, "When we first met, we were introduced actually by a mutual friend," before he was interrupted by Meghan, who said, "We should protect her privacy." But in the documentary, the couple tell Netflix that that interview was completely rehearsed and more like an orchestrated reality show. They're now saying that they actually met on Instagram when Harry spotted Meghan in a mutual friend's feed. They did a complete 180 on that story. It does sound more realistic now, but it's weird that they casually admitted to lying about how they met. Quote, "Meghan and I met over Instagram. I was scrolling through my feed and someone who was a friend had a video of them. It was like a Snapchat. It was dog ears." Not only that, but they previously claimed that Harry proposed during a normal night where the two of them were roasting chicken. And they've now said that that proposal took place during an evening picnic in the garden. All things considered, it's a little strange that they managed to come up with two different stories and admitted that the interviews they've given before were totally fake. Apart from those inconsistencies, Meghan also came under fire for claiming that she's had no royal lessons whatsoever before marrying into the family. During the documentary, she brought up the 2001 film The Princess Diaries while she was talking about learning royal protocol in the early stages of her relationship with Harry. And according to the Duchess, she did not get the same training that Mia received from her grandmother, the Queen of Genovia. She said, "There's no class where some person goes sit like this, cross your legs like this, use this fork, don't do this, curtsy then, wear this kind of hat. It doesn't happen. So I needed to learn a lot, including the national anthem. It was baptism by fire." Rather than consulting one of Harry's family members, Meghan insisted that she simply Googled the national anthem and practiced waving etiquette all on her own. Basically, she complained that she was left floundering with no instruction and struggling with what to wear and was forced to learn a lot on her own. Harry said that the lack of support was just ridiculous. But royal sources have since come out claiming that this was a total lie and that Meghan actually met with two experts, the late Queen's private secretary Lord Gate, as well as a well-connected person for wardrobe advice. But regardless of whether or not she really had any help, clearly there would have been a lot of royal etiquette to learn on her own. That couldn't have been easy for her no matter which way you look at it. And lastly, something slightly disturbing is going on with AI. An AI-generated episode of Seinfeld has been broadcast on an infinite stream on Twitch since mid-December, and suddenly it's drawn a lot of attention this week thanks to one article from Vice. It's literally a never-ending episode that's been titled Nothing Forever. One of its creators, Skylar Hartle, has told Vice that the show was created as a parody of Seinfeld, and it started as a weird, very off-centered, kind of nonsensical, surreal art project. He said, "But then we kind of worked over the years to bring it to this new place." Along with his co-creator Brian Habsburger, Skylar used a combination of machine learning, generative algorithms, and cloud services to build the series, which has been called a continuously evolving exploration into procedurally generated entertainment. And if you're wondering, yes, there is dialogue, powered by the GPT-3 language model from OpenAI. And so there's very little human involvement in the stream beyond some built-in moderation filters. The episode is literally running by itself. Dialogue, speech, direction, character movement, and music are all generated by AI. The result is a really strange-looking animation of the Seinfeld cast, all talking like robots in pixel art. The whole thing looks like a video game from the early 90s. But while the show bears an obvious resemblance to Seinfeld, it doesn't actually have any charm or comedy. It's awkward, it's bizarre, and it's really uncanny. There are establishing shots of a New York City brownstone facade, laugh track at certain moments, a channel guide that pops up after a few scenes, and then it cuts to a Jerry-inspired character doing a stand-up segment where he literally speaks into a microphone. At one point in the stream this week, Larry's stand-up was pure silence for at least 10 minutes. So yes, there is something very eerie about it. But where is all of this going? Skylar Hartle says that as generative AI gets better, the implications of this kind of thing are clear. He said, "We have this notion notion that at any point you're going to be able to turn on the future equivalent of Netflix and watch a show perpetually, non-stop as much as you want. You don't just have 7 seasons of a show, you have 700 or infinite seasons of a show that has fresh content whenever you want it. He went on to say that the idea became one of their groundbreaking pillars for creating this new Seinfeld. Essentially, they wanted to create a show that can generate entertaining content forever, because that's where the future of AI is going. In fact, their next goal is going to be to create a show that has Netflix level quality. Not only that, but unlike most TV shows, the one created by AI can immediately change its narrative based on people's feedback through the Twitch stream chat, which is actually insane. But you might be thinking, no one is actually watching this stuff, right? Everything in the show is stiff and artificial. The voice acting is rough around the edges. Timing of the laugh track is completely off. And the punchlines don't really make any sense, obviously because they've been generated by a computer. But the crazy thing is that thousands of people are actually watching the stream. So there's obviously something that people like about it. If anything, the idea that technology can endlessly generate 90s style sitcoms is amazing on its own. That being said, this new way to use AI feels like a slippery slope that has the potential to uproot even more jobs. Last year, the art world was fuming when a contestant took home the blue ribbon in the Colorado State Fair's annual art competition. But unlike everyone else's work, his art was created by AI. This brought about mass outrage from artists who accused him of cheating. They claimed that his work should not even be put in the same category as art that's made by humans. The fact that anyone can make AI-generated artwork by simply entering in the right prompt actually creates a huge job insecurity. As it stands, many people are now genuinely concerned that it may replace real people altogether, and those fears are not exaggerated. That's all the news that we have for today. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video.